Hello and welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is author Brendolyn Mantianor. I am a Canadian children's author of 2 books. So my first book is here and my second book is there. And I am also working on a Christian fantasy novel. And this is why I have the writing sprint. So if you joined me at the beginning of when I started doing this, I started doing this in April. Mostly because of Camp NaNoWriMo, and I was hoping to reach my writing goal, which is 50,000 words. I didn't get there, but so far with the writing after Camp NaNoWriMo in April, I continued in May, I took a break in June, and I'm almost halfway. So I'm going to continue as July is also Camp NaNoWriMo. And I believe that it is important to keep reaching my goal. And so I'm going to be doing that. I do not know what that is or why it is showing. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I am going to be doing. Oh, someone says I'm echoing. Am I echoing? Let's see what's going on. I'll mute myself and tell me if I stop echoing. Am I still echoing? Because I don't have any other tabs that are open. Just let me know. I hope I'm not echoing. I'm still echoing. I literally don't have any tabs that are open besides what I need. Let's check. I have StreamYard, Canva, I'll put that away, and literally nothing else. That's weird. And I don't want you guys hearing that annoying echo going over and over. Nothing on Safari. Okay. So if I'm echoing for you because for Claude, I can see he says I'm not echoing. So maybe just go off and come back to my live, and then maybe I won't be echoing for you. Because I don't my mic I'm using, sorry, I don't know what's going on. The mic I'm using is just for my computer, and I'm not actually using a microphone. So it must just be your audio, I'm guessing, because I have no other tabs. Oh, that's fine. That happens. No worries. Well, thank you and welcome to those who are here. And let's just get started because I am excited to continue writing my book. I have started working on it a little bit this month, but I am very excited to keep working on it and actually have a writing sprint. I haven't had that in a while. So let's get started. So Saturday writing sprint, welcome. Let's go to the next one. So as I said before, if you were there or you weren't, it's okay. Bonjour, hello. My name is Brendolyn Mantianor. I'm an author. I'm also a French immersion elementary teacher. I just finished teaching a grade 5-6 class. I will talk about that a little bit later as I wrote a book for them. And next year I'll be teaching the big kids, grade 6 only. So that's going to be fun. You can find me on Instagram, on YouTube, like you are right now, Facebook, and Pinterest. And yeah. So let's just start a little bit. So where are you from? I'm actually from Canada right now, province, Alberta. I'm in Edmonton. I'm originally from Montreal, Quebec. But yeah, I'm a Canadian. So where are you guys from? I'm curious to know where you guys are from. Feel free to share it in the chat if you want. Your current book you are reading. So I am currently reading a book called Off the Page, and it's by Jodi Picoult. So this is actually the book that I'm reading now. It's a sequel from Between the Lines. This is by Jodi Picoult and her daughter, Samantha Van Leer. I really like it. It's written in a point of view of some of the characters, and it's pretty similar to the first one, but this is like an aftermath of it. So I really like the book and how it's going, and Jodi Picoult is one of my favorite authors. Yeah. So I'm seeing that, oh, Claude, you are from la ville de Québec. Bonjour. J'espère que vous aimez le live que je vais faire aujourd'hui et que tu vas travailler sur un projet ou faire un peu d'écriture aujourd'hui. So writing with us, and that's fun. And I see that it says the dawdling writer is from Georgia, USA. So a neighbor also. So thank you. Hello. So what's your book or project that you are working on? Well, if you have been here for my other writing sprints, you would know that I'm writing about a Christian fantasy novel called Ember in the Dust. It's going to be geared towards middle school, teenager years. And yeah, I am at about 20-something thousand words. My goal is to get to 50,000 words. So got to keep writing. And that's exactly what I'm working on. So if you are here and you're going to be writing with us, or with me, I should say, feel free to share what project are you editing today? Are you going to continue writing a script or finishing a manuscript or your first draft of a book? Or maybe you've written many novels and you're going to be, just working on your next one. So feel free to share what you're going to be doing as your writing project or book. And the last question I'd like to ask is, what show or shows are you watching right now or binging right now? The two shows I'm actually really watching right now is Manifest. That's one of them. My sister and I have watched season 1 and 2, and we're struggling to find 3. Unfortunately, I believe they said they have canceled the show, but they're fighting really hard to get it back for running for season 4 because it was so popular, and it was pretty shocking that it was canceling. And it was a while ago number 1 on Netflix, and I think now it's number 3. But yeah, my sister and I are watching season 3 now on City TV, I think. But another show that I really, really love that I'm watching is The Chosen. And if you haven't seen that, well, the amazing thing that it's free. It's a pay it forward program. You don't have to pay if you can't, but if you have it in your heart to pay it forward, you can, and then you allow other people around the world to watch The Chosen. So The Chosen is a story of Christ, so a Jesus story about the disciples and about, how all of us being saved started, and, stories of Jesus, the disciples. And I really like it. It's very emotional. It's really heart-pulling. And I really like it because it lets me see Christ in a way that other Christian media doesn't really portray nicely, in my point of view of, him speaking in King James Version and, not really showing the humanity in Christ. So I really love that. So those are the 2 shows I'm actually watching. I can't watch multiple shows. Actually, that's a lie. I also watch The Flash with my sister too and my brother. But yeah, I watch a minimum of shows, and I can just watch multiples at the same time. So yeah, so those are the 3 shows I would say I'm watching right now. So feel free to share what you guys are watching. And I like learning about people. So I'm hopping back and forth between a YA fantasy, and an adult paranormal romance. I've never heard of paranormal and romance together, so that's pretty cool. But today I'm taking a break from working. A break and working on my planner. That's actually a good idea. I'm hoping to do a planner in the future trying to finish this novel first, but hey, maybe I'll contact you and find out how to do a planner, because I watch videos and it seems not complicated of figuring out steps of how to do it. Especially I'm a perfectionist, so I really want things to be a certain way. So thanks for sharing that. And Claude says, I'm working on a paranormal novel. Paranormal too. We're working it from the beginning through. I'm reading Dan Will's book 6 from the Arcane Casebook series. Very good. Watching season 4 of. Oh, I've heard that. I think isn't that on Netflix? I've seen it. I've seen the name. It looks similar. Castlevania. I think it's on Netflix. It looks familiar to me. But cool. Okay, thanks for sharing. So let's go to the next one. So this is how it's going to go. We've had our greetings. We said hello. We are going to have a writing sprint for 25 minutes. Then we're going to have a short break. We can talk a little bit. You have any questions? We can share tips and advices as we are writers. And we're going to do another writing sprint that's going to take 20 minutes. And then that's the end of our live. And I am going to be doing my next Camp NaNoWriMo live on the 15th, which is actually a Thursday. So I used to do it on Saturdays because I was a teacher, so I didn't want to do it on weekdays. But now that it's vacation time for me for the next 2 months, I'm actually going to be moving it to Thursday so that I can spend my weekends with my family. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. As I mentioned before, I am also an author, I'm also an author of an upcoming Christian fantasy novel, and it's called Ember in the Dust. It is going to be book 1 in the Pure Gem of Bitsaria series. It's a Christian fantasy novel, as I said before. It's going to be middle school age, teen book type thing. My aim is 50,000 words. My Camp NaNoWriMo target for word counts this Camp NaNoWriMo month is 25K. So I've written, if you see at the bottom part, the like turquoise part, I've written 821 words. So I have to reach 25,000 words. And if I do, that will help me because I currently have written 23,000 words, 145. Oh, 23,145 words. Oh my gosh. I teach math and then I messed up the numbers there. So yeah, so this is going to be my first actual novel that I have written that is going to be published. I've written other novels, spare time, but this is the book that really has triggered me to write it out. I love books like Narnia. I finished doing a story novel study with my grade 5-6 students, and they adored the book. And so I really am hoping that this book can be, a book that everyone can relate to, and, just focusing right now on getting my target and actually being authentic in my writing. So that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm just going to go back to StreamYard to make sure I'm not. Yay! I knew it was on Netflix. Yep. I saw. Yep, it's on Netflix. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go to the next slide. And if I'm sure you guys know what a writing sprint is, but I always explain what it is. A writing sprint is writing without stopping. And it seems really easy, but for the first few times I was doing this writing sprint, it was so hard to not edit and not get distracted. So what I am actually going to be doing today is having some music. A couple of times on my writing sprints, I used music. I already have a playlist on YouTube, and it's going to help me focus, especially in this transition of my chapter. I've written maybe 1/3 of my chapter already. I'm on chapter 9, and I'm hoping to reach chapter 10 by the end of this writing sprint. So I'm actually going to be listening to music to help me flow with my writing and not correct my mistakes. Hopefully. If you already have something written, and I know that you guys do, feel free to work on what you have, a draft, rewriting, doing a planner. But if anyone joins and they're watching this, or you watch this later, you also have prompts that I can give you. You can do the first prompt, which is an unwanted summer vacation, which turns out to be a cherished memory. Or you can write in the perspective of the antagonist. Okay, so those are the 2 prompts that you can do. And we are about to get started with our writing sprint. So like I said, the first writing sprint is going to be 25 minutes. And the reason why I want to do 25 minutes is because if I do half an hour, Yes, you can do lots of work with the extra 5 minutes, but to be honest, 25 minutes, if you focus, you write, you don't get distracted, you don't focus on, oh, this word is not right. Just what I do is I just bold it. I know when I'm looking through it, it's very visible. I go back, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the word I need to find a synonym for it, or I had to fix this whole sentence structure. Then I can do that. So 25 minutes is pretty good. And then when we chat a little bit for, I don't know, a couple 5 minutes, we go back for the next 20 minutes, and then we're done our sprints. So let's get started. I'm actually just going to, I think this is the best song right now. Yep. Oh, wow. StreamYard is giving me an advertisement. So our first one is 25 minutes. It always does this weird thing. So, okay. Skip. Can I hear the music? Sorry for the, oh yeah, this is where I need to be right now. Okay, so I am going to start the writing sprint, and it's going to go up for 25 minutes. I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't hear me typing like a crazy woman, and wishing you all the best on your writing sprint. So I'll see you in 25 minutes. Okay. Well, honestly, that 25 minutes went really fast. So I'm sure that you guys got some work done. Yeah. How many words did I even do? I don't know. I have so many. Well, I wouldn't say so many, but I've got a couple of blues and like 4 reds. And I really feel like changing them, but I won't. I didn't finish my sentence, but I wrote 783 words in 25 minutes. Almost 1,000, but like still, I should have done a little bit more. I feel if you're new here, and I believe that you are new, I always have an Excel and I always write the date. So today is July 10th, 21. Wow, 22, 21, wow, 20, 21. And I said I wrote 700 and I just forgot. 83 words. That's good. So that means I have gone up to almost 24,000 words. I'm missing like 72 words to make it. So let's go to the next thing. I know it's gonna play again. Yeah, it was that. And then yeah. So let's chat for a bit. If you have any questions, let me check the chat. Okay. Oh yeah, I believe you were talking about you getting your book. So that is also a great thing that I like about getting books, especially when you get notification that your books are coming. That's always great. I actually got a couple of Indigo, how do I say this? Indigo gift cards. And I love using them to buy books. Because if I use my own money to go and buy books, it's like I will buy as much as I can. But if I use my Indigo card, it's like I can only use what's on this card. And so that makes things always more, fun for me, I would say, because I'm actually getting books that I need or really want. What do you say? I wrote a bit, but I don't remember. Take it slower and have more fun. Ah, I see. Yeah, I heard that too. Taking your time writing actually. But for me, I can't do that because I get distracted so easily, and I'll be stuck on a word, and I'll be like looking for different synonyms. I'm like, oh, I've never heard this synonym before. Let's see where the synonym comes from. What's this origin? And I'll just go on a tangent, and I actually won't be writing. So I've learned to just write a bunch, and usually when I'm done writing a chapter, I keep going. But usually I go back in each of my chapters, and well, I've done this up to 7. I haven't done that for 8 or 9 yet, and I'm writing 9. I go through and I make sure that I don't have mistakes and I have my edits fixed, because I do have 2 of my sisters and 2 of my friends that are reading my draft. So they have a separate draft so that I can keep working on one, and I copy paste and I post on the other side, so that when they're reading it, they don't read a bunch of mistakes. They may catch some things that I missed or some words that, don't connect, but at least it looks neat and nice for them to read. So that's how I do it, because I just can't focus that way. Yeah. So do you guys like listening to music when you write, or do you just write on your own, like just writing without having any audio or like white noise in the background? I personally, usually don't always listen to music, but a couple of times when we've done these writing sprints, I do listen to music because it just helps me focus. Like the song, like the background music is exactly where my character is. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 different types. So if the songs are really intense, like a dangerous moment, or it's a time of reunion, like they meet someone, or a happy memory, I have all those types of background music. But where I am right now, the main character is in a different environment. They're trying to put puzzles together, and she just discovered something new, and she thought one way, and now she's in a new reality, and she needs to face that. So that's exactly where I am right now. And I'm almost done chapter 9. I'm pretty proud of that. No two processes are the same. Yeah, the challenge is to find the one that works for you. That is so true. I've discovered that a lot. I listen to other authors too, and they say one thing, they say another thing. Some things work for me, some things don't. And that's the important thing to learn as an author or a writer, I would say. If you always do what other people do without actually experiencing different ways that actually work for you, then it makes it difficult. Then sometimes you say, like, maybe writing's not for me. But I've actually learned that, by doing writing sprints, because I've joined a couple of writing sprints before doing my own. And yeah, for me, this is how I need to do it. I need to just write. Like whatever comes to my mind, I write down. Sometimes I'm like, this whole part does not make sense. Bye. Or I just, bold it and I don't put it for my friends, but I keep it later on mine so I can put it in another chapter or add it in the book later, type of thing. But you're right. No process is the same. Every author has their own challenge to figure out. And I have many moods for music, so it really depends. I'd say about half the time I listen to music. Yeah, I'd say that too. Half the time I do listen to music. It depends my mood right now. If I know exactly what I need to say, I can write. Sometimes I need that mood, like you're saying, to write, which is very helpful. I think that's one of the reasons Kate Kavanaugh writes routine experience are so fun. Oh, I haven't heard of Kate Kavanaugh. I might have to write that down. I always have a Kate Kavanaugh. What does Kate Kavanaugh write? Like, does she write different genres or something? So I'm just gonna write her name, Kate Kavanaugh. Interesting. And she has writing routine experiments. Writing routine experiments. I've never heard of that before. Writing routine. So I'm guessing it's like a routine that the same steps that she keeps following. Oh, she does some extreme ones, does she? Hold on, let me read this in order. And eat lunch during the sprint. That's good. Yeah, multitasking is something my students can vouch that I can't do. It depends. If I'm singing and making some imagining things in my head in the same time, or I'm talking to someone while figuring out my story, yeah. But like writing and listening to music is as much multitasking as I can do. So it's good that you were able to do all those things. Well done. So I read that she does some extreme ones. So I didn't finish writing routine experiments. Now I'm really intrigued because you said intense. She does extreme ones, huh? I might just have to check who she is later. Is one of the largest author tuber channels. Okay, I'll check that out. If you look up I Try Writing Like Stephen King's, you will find her. Okay, I'll write that down. I tried writing like Stephen King's. Writing like Stephen King. Okay, thank you. I will definitely do that. See, this is why I love doing writing sprints, because I discover things that I don't know, and then I can always add it into my little playlist on YouTube of things that I should check out or things that I can use as a class or type of things that I can learn from. So thank you so much for doing that. Oh, she's done Maya Angelou too. I love Maya Angelou. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. See, I love chatting with you guys. Let's ask one more question before I go. What is the biggest thing you have learned from doing a writing sprint? I'll go first and feel free to write. I think the biggest thing that I learned by doing other writing sprints and doing a little like free webinar stuff is to show and not tell. And I've always heard show and not tell, but actually doing it while you're writing is so difficult for me, I find. So so sometimes when I'm writing how the character feels, I have to remind myself that I'm not writing in first person. I'm writing in third person. So I want them to figure out how the characters are feeling or what they may be going through by what is visual, the senses, and not mental or emotionally, because you can't feel someone's emotion, but you can see that someone looks upset. But I cannot say that she is upset or that she is feeling frustrated. Like I can say she's pacing back and forth. She rolls her eyes. So then I'm guessing the person's annoyed. But that has been one of the biggest things that I've struggled. And as I'm doing my writing sprint, I remind myself, okay, like sometimes like when I'm typing, maybe you've noticed or you're probably focusing on it, but I feel that I notice myself pausing. Okay, I can't say that because I'm saying it. I'm not showing it. So that's my biggest struggle. But when I go back and I check through my chapters, like I mentioned before, then I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely telling here. I need to find a way to show. So that's something that I've learned. Showing and not telling has been a big changer. And yeah, I'm actually liking it. So let's see what here. I usually, she usually tries a different author routine every month or so. Oh, so she's always doing like extreme, I'm guessing, writing experiments, as you say, but based on major authors, for instance, or writers, if I'm getting that right. I hope so. Okay, thanks for sharing that. I wrote it down. I'm definitely going to check who Kate Kavanagh is. I've learned that I could not go back to writing alone. I now crave all the writing sprints to chat with the great community and not have the feeling I do this alone. Exactly. I actually like that too, because sometimes, when you're writing a novel or writing in general, because I write children's books, I feel like as a self-published author, I have to do everything by myself. But I've realized I have done nothing all by myself. I have my family that supports me. I have friends that, just read my book and say, hey, this is so awesome. Or maybe you shouldn't add too many character names or this and that. Because I have a really close friend that's helped me a lot with my children's books. I have friends that say, hey, I'll translate the book for you in a different language. And my illustrator has helped me so much in pointing ways that he envisioned things. That, yeah, I see your vision. Have you thought of this? I'm like, wow, that's even better. Thank you. So like, if I was actually doing things myself, these two books would have not existed. Definitely. So you are definitely right. Like, the writing community is a community. Like, you cannot do things by yourself. And I agree totally with you. So thank you for sharing. I've learned to be flexible. Some days my brain can't handle more than 20 minutes at a time, and other days 30 minutes feels like it's going by in a flash. You are right. Reading your mind, not reading your mind, but like reading, like knowing your body, right? Because our body is fueling our minds, helping us to write. And that's something I struggled a lot too. I felt like, especially for my first NaNoWriMo, I'm like, I can write 40,000 words in a GIF, but I only wrote 8,000 words. And that was the reality. And I had to deal with that. And I had to say, you know what? I wrote 8,000 words and that's all I could do. So now I know. So this month I'm saying, well, now that I'm not working full time and I'm on my vacation, 25,000 is reasonable. So, being flexible, understanding that you don't push yourself if you can't write. And that's something I had to learn. I've been doing this for a little bit more than a year. And those are lessons that I've also learned too. So I am so glad that you brought that up. Thank you. Have you encountered Devin Cutting? I have not. These are new people that I keep writing. Thank you. I'm just going to write it down here. Devin Cutting. Cutting, right? Yep. No, I have not. Is he just a writer? Oh, I think you're saying what she's saying before. Yes, she is right. Yeah, so true. Be flexible. Because in the end, if you force yourself to write a story that didn't need to be done because you forced yourself, then the story you come up with in the end is not the actual story that was potentially like supposed to be there. Get it? So like, it's important not to push yourself. He's a Canadian? Oh, Devin's another Canadian. He's been extremely helpful. The daily live streams. He does daily live streams? I could not do that. That would be so much work. But I'm guessing that that's basically his job, being a YouTuber. Or author tuber, I should say. But daily ones, I hope I can do that in the future. I'm hoping to still teach for a while, but at one point, I would love to be part-time. But I'm pretty young still, so like I don't need to rush to do that. And I think having like weekly life sprints is good for me, but daily life, I'm still looking at those three words, the daily live stream. So he's updating as a lifesaver. I've written his name. I'm gonna say he's a Canadian. And I don't know about you, Claude, but I find it really hard sometimes to find Canadian content when it comes to author tubers. And I'm not saying that the other author tubers haven't been helpful. Yeah, they've been so helpful, especially when it comes to like, direct publishing with Ingram Spark or KDP. Those are two I've used. Finding different ways to find character plot and story backgrounds and generators and all these things have been so helpful. But sometimes I wonder, does this only apply to, writers in the US, or Canadians also do this too? Especially when it came to ISBNs, like knowing that they're free in Canada, I was like, how I can't write that many books if it's like $120 something dollars. I'm that's the number I've seen. So, but like finding out that they're free, I was like, like, I don't know. So what do you think, Claude? Like, do you also find moments where it's kind of hard to like depict if this only applies to authors abroad or Canadian authors too? So yeah. I'm finding out so many things. David Cunning has a YouTube channel, but the only thing on it is the playlist for daily authors. Oh, so he has a playlist and he puts daily stuff. So I'm guessing it's not only his content, it's other people's content too, I'm guessing. Okay, I have now 2 new people's, right? So he doesn't stream himself. Oh, see, that's what I thought. And he just creates a playlist so he can. Okay, I understand. Okay, so that's what I thought. So he makes a daily playlist of other authors that could be helpful for writers. That is actually cool. Okay, so I thought he was doing a daily one every day. I was like, he is committed. Yeah. Another Canadian. Ooh, I'm just gonna write these all down. I almost broke my pen. What? Lisel Sambury. Oh. Oh, so she does diary videos. Or she's going to, because of the debut. Okie dokie. Well, thank you guys. I see 2 more, and I guess after those 2 more, we can do our 20-minute writing sprint. I'm really enjoying like seeing this chat. Like, it's amazing. I looked a bit for French content, but couldn't find one. I'm writing in French, but I do also the chats in English. So Claude, maybe you should start doing French ones, because like I speak French, and I would say that a lot of my content are in English right now. But I am hoping to do a segment in the future where I will do videos dedicated and say this is in French, so that it is in French, so I can put on YouTube, because both of my books, I've written them also in French. So Go to Sleep, well, this is tripping me off. Go to Sleep, Little Peep is my first book. The French version is Dors Petit Cuicui. And then this second book is A Lonely Hoot, and the French version is Une Chouette Esselée. So I do write French books. So it's true. There's not a lot of French content, like unless it's like French Canadian, I don't think there's a lot of content for that. I don't know about French. I'm pretty sure like it was like from France or other places that speak French, there would be content for that. But Canadian French, not that much. And I do follow authors that are from, Quebec or Ontario, and they write books in French too. So, maybe we'll have to, get together and try and make content, or maybe like a playlist, like what's his name? Devin Cutting, that makes content for French writers too. Because, the process is different. You have to enter different things for like your what's it called? Like Ingram Spark, they'll say it's French. I'm guessing when you're looking at like different backgrounds, you have to do, when I mean backgrounds, I mean like, when it says like what category is this book in, I'm guessing you'll say French or like French literature or stuff like that. So it's kind of different, but same process, I think. So yeah, it's something that I think that you could do. I'm interested in doing it, and maybe we can do that together. So we can check about that. I am finding more people. Okay, so I'm going to write this down, and then I see another one, and then I think we should write. What time is it? Oh, it's only noon? Well, it's noon here. It's 12:06. So yeah, we could finish before 12:03. Let's see. Laura Nettles is also based in. How am I just now discovering these Canadian writers? And I've been on like YouTube doing this since March of 2020. And I did not find many people who were Canadian. Like the list of authors that I follow and I subscribe to are mostly from the US. Is there one that's Canadian? No, not at all. So yeah, so this is great that I'm finding these things. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you. Her debut book came out this summer. Oh, she posts videos where she talks about the process of getting her agent, getting her book deal, working with editors, etc. Oh, she's doing traditional publishing. That's also cool. I almost did traditional publishing, but it didn't work out with the company, and I just did self-publishing. I stuck to self-publishing. I believe. Oh, sorry, I have to post this. I believe one of the word nerds is Canadian, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I'll just write that down. Thank you so much. So thank you, Claude, and thank you, the dawdling writer. I hope I'm not missing anybody else who's been writing. Perfect. So let us go to the next part. And I think I have a slide that I'll talk about my students briefly. Yeah. So as I said, this is, I have to see myself on StreamYard. Sorry. Book number 1, book number 2. They have their French versions, but this book actually is my third book. And I wasn't really on Instagram or social media for a while, especially in the month of June, because one, my grade sixers were graduating. It was the end of the year. I was doing report cards and I was doing a secret book at the same time. So my students had no idea. And I wrote a book about them. They're a group of 5-6 students, and they're called The Amazing 56. So I wrote a book about them. So this book can be found on my website. It also can be found on Amazon. It currently says unavailable, but it's there. But yeah, if you want to pre-order this book, it talks about the students, how they have showed resilience throughout the year, and what are the gems I found about them that make them so amazing, because they unfortunately lost their teacher in the fall. And she was also my mentor. When I was learning how to become a teacher, she was the one who I was with for my first practicum. And so we had that connection of knowing her. It was devastating to find out that she had left us. She's an angel in the sky now. And so I was writing to the students so that they know how resilient and how much they've grown throughout the years. So that was basically the book I wrote for them. So that was a little gist. And now we can go back and do our second writing sprint. And this time is only going to be 20 minutes. So I hope in 20 minutes I can get to chapter 10. And I hope you guys can reach the goal you guys are looking for too. So this timer is really annoying. But we'll brave it up. Okay. So like I said before, when we did our first writing sprint, I am going to mute myself, and good luck on your writing sprint. I just need to my story's here. Good. And yeah, I'm going to mute myself. Good luck, and I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, that was the end of our 20-minute writing sprint. Like I said before, we did our first one, I always go and check how many words I've done. So how many words did I do today? Oh, a few. Okay. 1,376. Still on chapter 9, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done writing. So 1,376. 1,376. And I'm at 2,400, 24,521 words. Great. I'm just gonna go back to StreamYard because it's good that I don't have. Oh, hello, Valentina. That's one of my students. Okay. Where did I stop last time I was writing stuff? Oh yeah, the word nerds. I said I'm not sure if they're Canadian. There's also Becca C. Smith is currently in Toronto. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna write that. Becca C. Smith and Hina McCord. Oh, and they do writing sprints on Tuesdays. I think I should also find a writing sprint buddy that we get to talk to, and then we get to talk with you guys. So I'll try and do that too. So yeah, I've learned a lot. I have a lot of names of people I'm going to check out right now. Right after our writing sprint. And yeah. So share your word count today. Some of you wrote, some of you went back to fix things, some of you did planners. So like I said, today I wrote 1,376 words. So I think I'm getting back into the groove of it. So that's good. So I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest. Overall, how many words have I written in all? 24,000 words, 24,521 words. So that's how much I've done. So I'm close to the midpoint, which is 25,000 words. If I get to 25,000 words, that means I have 25,000 words more to write. So I'm getting there, very close. And yeah, and aim for next writing sprint. I'm just hoping to be in chapter 10 and hopefully end chapter 10 next time. I think next time what I will try and do is make sure that I've already gone through chapter 9 and the edits that are needed so that I'm ready for chapter 10. And I think that's all I have to do. And yeah, so feel free to share these answers to these questions. And yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. So, like I said, next writing sprint is going to be on Thursday, so not Saturday. Like I said before, only Saturdays were happening because I was teaching weekdays, and since it's my vacation time as a teacher, I'm going to move it to Thursdays. So it's going to be Thursday, July 15th, 2021, but it's going to be at 6 p.m. So yeah, 6 p.m. on Thursday, this coming Thursday. Okay. So if you have any questions for me, or you have other authors that you think I should check out, because I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's awesome. Like me personally, I find that awesome. And if you have those things, feel free to write to me through Instagram. So that's author Brendlin MA, or you can email me at authorbrendlin@gmail.com. So feel free to do that. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. It helps me a lot, and I would really appreciate it. If you haven't, or if you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me so we can connect as well. I do love doing collaborations with other people. I've had an author already be here and do an interview with me on one of my writing sprints at the beginning, as well as have my illustrator, my translator, and a major contributor be on one of my writing sprints. And we had a great time chatting at the beginning. So I'd love to do that. So if you haven't, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do that if you can. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel and put the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. I'm going to be posting a new video pretty soon, maybe in a week and a half or in 2 weeks time, of me fixing my office. So this is my room and this is my office space, but I'm actually going to flip it and I'm going to renovate my, well, not renovate-ish, but I'm going to change completely my room. I'm painting it. I'm getting a bookshelf. I'm getting a new desk. I'm getting hopefully a little couch chair in my room. This is going to be really awesome. And so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Pinterest. And if you think that you have other friends that would benefit from, being on a writing sprint where we have awesome community, as we discussed today, and talking about how great it is to learn from other writers and grow as a writer yourself, feel free to share with other people. And that's pretty much it for today. So thank you so much. It was really great meeting you guys. It was really great talking with you guys. I'm just going to check one last time if I missed anything in the chat. Not sure if I showed this already. Did I? I read it, but I don't think I showed it. So I'm just showing it so that other people can, also see it too. And I finished drafting scene 1 from chapter 1. That's good. And it will need revising, which you can do later today. Yeah, of course. So thank you so much, guys. It was really great seeing you guys. If you know of anybody who's looking for a book coach to help them write children's books, I do that on my website. So if you want to share it with a friend, feel free. You can always go to authorbrendlynma.com, and I have 2 paths. I have my own publishing company, so they can do the path where they publish it through my company. And their book will be out. I'll be showing them all the steps to publish their book, or I can help them create their own self-publishing company where they will have their own publishing name and they will find their own illustrators and find out the ways of publishing their own book. So I have those 2 paths. If you go on my website and you go on book coaching as one of the page tags, you're going to find that. And yeah, so feel free to go to my website. And I believe that's the last thing I need to say before we go. So once again, thank you so much for being here. It was amazing. I'm glad that I've got back into doing writing sprints again. So I'm going to be doing it throughout the month of July and maybe half of the month of August, because I'm going to be going back to school teaching. I'm going to a new school, teaching a grade I've taught already, so grade 6, but solely grade 6. It's going to be different because, COVID is reducing in some parts. Laws are, allowing people to not wear masks where I am outside anymore. I hope numbers don't go up, and I hope that we can go back to school without, too many restrictions, because this year was pretty difficult. So I have many hopes for the future. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing some sprints and working to get to 25,000 words. Do I think I can make it? Yes, I will. I will try my best. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys on Thursday, not Saturday, on Thursday, July 15th at 6 p.m. for my next writing sprint. Hope you are there. Bring a friend, and I'll see you then. So take care. Bye.